Hey guys, welcome back. I know that this video is coming out late. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on there, but it's neither here nor there. Right now is the time that I'm here for you guys. Um, going to, I know that um, the last video, at least for this series, was on time, the Back to College. Um, and so I kind of, we're working on it. But after this, going to do another reading for the Bolt Clan. Gonna try and do two. Um, you guys seem to have liked it, and I really want to thank everybody really quick. These are more of my lax videos, but I try to keep everybody updated as like stuff is coming in, especially since this one is coming out on time. Some stuff like the Bolt Clan, I might be reading ahead. We'll find out. But I really wanted to take time to thank everybody so far. Um, I heard from the author, Robert Brent, um, and he thought that I did. He liked it, and I really want to thank everybody that is kind of supported the beginning of that journey, as well as is here for this one, for my Wednesday videos that is coming out on. I don't know. Maybe today is Wednesday. My oh, sorry, that's my partner. So that's not anyway. Um, but it is Wednesday, so I am not actually like I am kind of anyway. Like that tells you how interesting things have been. But I'm very happy to have gotten that feedback both from the author and everything. So um, from now on, that's gonna kind of just be I'm gonna start the video, say the normal, and then we're gonna get right into the video. Now, of course, now let's get into today's thing, which is The Grifters by Jim Thompson. Along with the movie, it's also a book. Um, I personally didn't read the book for class, so you guys can whatever. Um, but did watch the movie, everything. Started rewatching it and stuff with my partner and everything. So I should say I did. He more or less like fell asleep after the movie. So yeah, but um, so what's my opinions? The book, because I didn't read it for class, I am not gonna read it for this, just because I didn't, and so that's not where what this series is. Now, will I read the book? That's a very hard question, just because I liked the movie. I don't know. It's just not more my genre. I shouldn't say it's not my genre because I usually try to read everything, but it wouldn't be something I would probably pick up and find interest in. So the book I probably won't read. The movie, um, so we'll just go ahead and go through everything. Um, trying to remember everybody's names. That's always the fun part. Um, so I believe so. Roy is played by John Cusack. So I'm trying to. It's both. I'm trying to get these people as well as the characters lined up because I'm not the best with names. So Roy is who is John Cusack, and then sorry, I'm like uh. So Lily plays um Houston, who is his mother, and then Myra is girlfriend, I believe. Yeah. So Myra's over here. Um, Um, so Myra is played by Annette Bening, I think, and Lily is Angelica Houston. So, so many things. Somebody that is psychoanalytic is gonna love this movie if and stuff like that. It's also just in general a very good. I just realized I don't have my tea. It's currently sitting on the table. Okay, that anyway. So for the biggest part of it, there's a very interesting dialogue that plays between, you know, um, Roy and his mother, as well as, Myra and Lily having this weird competition of sexuality around Roy. Now, that would be one thing, I guess, when you evaluate it as, oh, there's this situation between the mother and the, girlfriend. It's common just because, mothers don't like being replaced, but there's so much more there. Lily and Roy had not really communicated with each other for years, and of course, it's called Grifters, so that's just kind of like cheats and stuff like that, whether it be um, jeweler like um, casinos, stuff like that. People that try to cheat the system, well, excuse me, in order to try and make some money. So where does that kind of play in? Well, so you have all these cheaters, these cheats around each other. And the sparking point for them all colliding together is Roy gets caught, trying to basically cheat a bartender, and the bartender like hauls off and like gives him a good sock to the gut. He ends up, going back home, and basically his mother ends up at his house because she's back in town and discovers her son is extremely ill, and like there's a whole bunch then that just topsy turvy because he doesn't want anything to do with his mom. The girlfriend doesn't want anything to do with them, as well as Lily is sort of trying to get out of town and get away from a mob boss that she's working for that she's also kind of messing around with. And there's probably like two scenes that is like really intense that it was kind of hard to watch. Um and it's with Lily and the mob boss. But um anyway, so that's kind of, I don't want to give spoilers away. For me, as a psychoanalytic kind of uh, literary view, for me, the fascinating thing is that, for us, in general, we might push it off, but there starts to be a weird thing between Roy and his mother, and we start to also see that Lily and Myra are dressing similar from the very beginning. Their hair's done the same way, and of course, and that was a good thing done by the costume department and everything. They're so tippy toe around each other, and it very much reminds me of like cockfights. It's all strutting around trying to prove, you know, who's the better, and as a result, we are um, seeing Myra confront Roy, and it's just like, oh, you love your mother, and this, that, and the other. And so it's a really big play. And versus like for us as viewers, we might look at it and be like, oh, no, this is right out and handed to us that, there's, the connotation or whatever that Roy is attracted to his mother and wants to do stuff with his mother, and some of it his mother plays into as well, because she needs money and all these things. So there's this weird dynamic, this churning going on, and it literally climaxes into a huge explosion between, Roy and his mother. Now, for me, the fascinating thing is that for the most part, Roy is, the general, observer guy, that he's watching these two women battle it out. Um, at the same time, they're all cheats. They all have their own motive that they're looking for. They have their own destination that they want to get to. And they are pulling at each other. They're using each other's influence, whether it is denied directly to the other's faces or whether it is plainly seen. We see Myra, who um, is using her, boyfriend as, this kind of pawn, able to, you know, just trying to either get him to marry her, run off with her, do all these things. Roy, who is kind of just pushing everything back, but at the same time, he's trying to game the system off of everybody else as well. And of course, as we know, Lily is trying to use her son to escape out of the situation that she is stuck in, that she has found herself in. And it's absolutely fascinating that we see her play um, Angelica Houston. She plays this role as this strong, sturdy woman, very elegant, and she has this, beautiful thousand-mile smile that she gets. And, it's very alluring and attractive, and she knows how to use her body without flashing it off, and instead, very much, uh, I guess what some people might call the sidewalk, stripper, that they are able to get around, that somebody that, they would need to be careful with, like an officer or something, they would not be able to, it couldn't, they couldn't get in trouble, but they know how to force desire onto other people and get the right notes, whether it is, the way she talks, the way she walks, everything, that she can get the attention that she needs in order to get whatever herself is requiring, which is currently the money. She needs to get out. She needs to escape from this, Bob Moss, or Bob, or mob boss. Sorry. And so it's, for me, it's fascinating. And it's definitely a movie I look back both times as, you know, these thieves are both trying to find a way to trust each other, while at the same time they are working with fellow thieves and con men. So they know they can't trust each other. That's a huge thing between Roy and his mother, and then it becomes an issue between Roy and Lily, because um or Roy and Myra, because he knows they're cheating him out. At the same time, Myra is easily seen by Lily. Lily knows that she is not really there for because she loves her son. And so there's these beautiful moments where, you know, you know, we see Lily trying her best to be a good mother. She wasn't there in the beginning. She got pregnant young and all these things. So she's trying to amend the issues from her past with her son, but at the same time, she has her own issues, and her son's kind of the only thing she has. So, for me, it's a very fascinating look at what, you know, both desire looks like, as well as some weird, Freudian stuff. And it's very much, you know, mob boss, or mob mentality, mob as in like the gangster. So like gangster kind of thing, twined in with Freudian desires and things. For me, I think it's fascinating, and I think when did the movie come out? Hmm, I'm not sure. Let me check quick. They helps if I can open the thing. Um, so it's a 1990 film. Um, and of course, like I said, it has some amazing actors and actresses. For me personally, I love Angelica Houston, wonderfully done, and it's fascinating. I encourage if for me, I think the biggest endorsement I can give is that one person is going to walk away and everything else for everybody else is going to be in shambles. Now, who's that going to be? I recommend that maybe you guys watch the movie. If you have read the book, I highly encourage you read the book. Let me let me know. Um, and even the book is not very long. It's less than 200 pages. Um, and at least mine is fairly large text, so somebody might be able to get it read in a very short period of time. But so that's my opinion. I would give the movie probably an A. I'd probably say I'd give it a 7. Definitely will probably watch it again. It'll probably sit in my movie case. Um, but I don't know. I don't think it's something I will directly look for, but if I find it, it's like, oh, cool, well, I'll put this in. So that's my take on it. And like I said, I don't know about the book. More than likely, the book will migrate to the behind bookcase. Um, if I find anybody that is really interested or liked it and tells me about it, I might dig into it, see how it is. Um, Now, who is next on the docket other than Raw Deal? Now, I know a lot of these seem like movies and stuff, and that it's kind of going to be like that for a little bit. But um, as we get through this, we'll we'll get to other things. It won't all just be won't all just be movies or books with movies. So instead, I think I have a few more movies that I tried to intertwine here, but we may have some problems. But we'll see. Um, Other than that, I have started thinking about once this year or my does not look very different. At least I can hold it in one like in one hand, sort of. Um, Once that gets narrowed down, it gets eliminated. Um, I might go back to other books. I know there's a couple books over here that I loved from college. A couple books in general I really like. So that might be what is replicated, but we have many weeks before we have to worry about that. But for now, I hope everybody is filled with peace, love,